Welcome to episode 4 of the Thought Experiment Podcast. Your host, J40 and Sickly. Hope you guys had an awesome fucking weekend and an awesome week. So far, it could have been better, but there's no complaints. We're back, we're recording. So hopefully we have a good time.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
Today's drink, sadly we don't got peanut butter whiskey. But yeah, so I guess this is unofficially sponsored by Jack Daniels, although I do not wish to be endorsed by them unless he wants to do an independent sponsorship and go for it.
Yeah, I'll gladly take a fucking independent sponsorship.
But because I can't stand Jack Daniels, and because, it's disgusting to me, we're accompanying it with some small ass...
Our next sponsor.
Mexican Coca-Cola.
Mexican Coca-Cola.
Where you can find this, go to TJ. You'll find it there.
I always feel really energized after I drink these. I wonder why.
How much Coke are you supposed to put?
Fuck it, bro. You already put enough.
I already put enough. Fuck it. Whatever. But yeah, so we're going to be drinking some real sugar and fucking A. But we got a lot to talk about, guys.
A lot to talk about.
Oh, today. Yeah. Cheers, man. Yeah, fuck.
Cheers.
Go, dick.
So, today was the 46th inauguration, I guess?
Yeah, for Biden.
I watched it. Not all of it. But I was not going to listen to no fucking performances. I'm just not about that.
Honestly, that's when I stopped watching it. I stopped watching it after J-Lo. I was like,
I didn't even
fuck
watch
J-Lo. I was like, fuck J-Lo. I can't watch this shit anymore.
I don't know. I don't really like the inauguration being mixed in with so much like pop.
Yeah, I agree.
I wonder if that's really what it is that I disliked about it. I don't know. Maybe I have nothing against J-Lo that I know of. She's beautiful, talented.
I don't think she's talented whatsoever, honestly. I think she sings like shit. She's beautiful, yes, bro. She's a very beautiful woman, especially for her age. I think she's a striking woman.
And she doesn't do Botox.
That we know of.
But
according to her, she doesn't. Which is great. I mean, I think she looks great.
Whatever she's doing, eating.
Honestly, though, singing, bro, I don't like the way she sings. I don't think she sings well at all. Like, in the slightest. I don't think she sings worth a shit. People might say beg to differ or whatever, but hey, that's on them. I honestly, fuck them. That's when I stopped watching. I was like, I can't watch this shit.
I watched the swearing in. I thought it was being pretty chill. As I was watching it, I was just like, you know what? Like I said I would. Hoping for the best.
Yeah. Like, I had a conversation like that with one of our coworkers. And it's like, although that, obviously he was going for Biden, he was shitting on Trump. The way I told him, I was like, look, dude, honestly, if he won, he won. But I'm not going to be the type that hopes he fails. Because what happens if he fails, bro? That means we all fail. That means our whole country goes to shit. So honestly, all I hope for is that he does a decent job or a great job at sticking to his word like he said he was, like, uniting the country. Let's hope he does do that. Although it's been known he's a racist piece of shit, let's hope, people could change. Let's hope he actually does stick to his guns and try to unite the country. I'm all for that. Why not? But other than that, I just don't want him to take my fucking guns.
Yeah, I feel like that's what a lot of people feel. I was hearing throughout the day that he's as his first day in office, he's already, which is gonna make a lot of people feel fucking angry, nervous, uneasy. He's already supposedly like going back on some of the progress Trump was making.
Yeah, he actually did. The whole Paris deal.
He signed America right back on the Paris.
I think it's ridiculous. I think it was stupid to do that. But who knows? Hopefully he doesn't fuck us over completely. But I feel like anything could happen, dude, honestly. If he does, send us back into that shit, then, hopefully it doesn't go as bad. And hopefully, jobs don't go back out of the country again. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully American jobs can stay here.
Yeah, I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping for American prosperity.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
That fucking sucked, dude. It sucked. Like, all these jobs have been coming up, and all of a sudden going like, you know what? Taxes are killing us. Well, they're not killing us, but it's not.
They're calling him Beijing Biden. Which sucks, dude.
I wouldn't blame him, man. But like I said before, I feel like they're only gonna leave him in office for like about a year.
Do you think so?
I think part of me wants to say 6 months,
Wow.
but I think maybe he'll do a year.
Wow.
He'll do a year, then they'll see him as mentally unfit to be president. Give him the boot and give it a Kamala. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Wow.
I think that's what's gonna happen, honestly. Because I heard it. I haven't seen it, but I heard his speech was garbage. I didn't see it. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it was garbage because I don't know.
Right.
But I heard that it was garbage and that he was trying to take credit for the whole $2,000 stimulus.
On one hand, if he's the one that made it happen and got it approved by the necessary, like, you know, the checks and balances of Senate and Congress, then the credit does go to him.
Yeah.
Because it's not a, like, Trump didn't invent something.
No,
he just said raise the numbers.
But like I said, what if he never mentioned anything? Let's say Trump never mentioned anything about raising numbers. Part of me believes that he wouldn't have done it. He would have been like, hey, fuck it. Oh well. Nobody's getting shit.
So when they would have asked him on that, like, hey, you know, Trump made at least one fucking deposit of $1,200 for people, you're not going to? Or you think he would have said,
No, I feel like he probably would have said something to the extent of, oh well, vaccines are already going out. I feel like we could start opening the economy already, and we could start letting people get back to work. I feel like he probably would have said something like that. Which, hey, it's pretty smart of him to say.
Yeah.
If he would have said that.
So much shit went remote. So much work, job went remote.
Yeah.
People working from home. I wonder how chill that is to just work from home.
Well, I did it when I got COVID. I was working from home.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, it fucking sucks. It sucks working from home because it's just like, wake up. You don't have to bother even getting ready, or even, I know it sounds gross, but even brushing your fucking teeth because you're just like, who are you gonna go meet at? You can't go no meetings. You can't go no conference calls. You can't do anything aside from answering your own phone and answering emails. You know? And you're just like, okay, I know I'm not gonna have to do some serious work for the next couple hours. I think I'm gonna take a nap. Take a nap, only wake up, your phone goes off, or if you're getting an excess amount of email notifications, you're gonna be like, oh shit, okay, I guess I gotta get back to work. Yeah. Alright, I'm done for the day. After that, it gets boring, dude. I was only able to do like a couple days. After that, I was like, holy shit, dude, this is fucking boring. Like, I could see why some people are losing their minds from quarantine. Because it sucks, dude. You're just socially isolated. Like, bro, you don't know how fucking great it felt when you would call me, dude, and be like, hey, dude, how you doing? I'll be like, fuck, finally I get to talk to somebody different.
Yeah, every single day, man, I wanted to check up on you.
Yeah. Except for Butters. Fuck that fool.
Fakest friend ever.
Fakest friend ever. Butters, if you're watching this, fuck you.
Yeah.
But it's a trip, bro. Like I said, I think inauguration-wise, I didn't see the whole thing. I want to watch it, though. I'm probably going to watch it either later today or tomorrow, but like I said before, let's just hope the best. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope he doesn't do anything that negatively affects the country, and no type of policies that affect law-abiding citizens, dude.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, man, I hope he doesn't really fucking let Kamala go after people's guns.
Yeah. Because, like I fucking said it before, gun laws only affect law-abiding citizens. It doesn't affect criminals in the slightest. Because they're not going to fucking go ahead and listen to any of your fucking bullshit-ass gun bans or assault weapon bans or handgun rosters or fucking the way that other idiot said 30 magazine clip. Stupid asshole. They're not going to follow that shit because they're going to be like, fuck it. We're already breaking the law as it is. Might as well just break it all the way.
Right.
And they'll be like, fuck it, what are the odds of us getting caught?
Yeah, a mass murderer isn't going to go and register his gun right before he kills people.
Fuck no. Fuck no. And think about it, they only go to gun-free zones. When have you ever heard of a fucking dude that goes shooting somebody or going on a shooting spree at a shooting range?
Yeah.
When have you heard that? No fucking, as soon as they see him pull out the gun, they're fucking gonna lay him out. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
You know, Trump was saying that he's gonna potentially. There's rumors that he might have his own party. He might start his own party.
Political party?
Yeah, the Patriot Party.
What?
The Patriot Party.
I I like the ring. It has a great ring to it.
It's a very cool ring to it.
And I would love to see what kind of people join it. Because I feel like a lot of people from the left and a lot of people from the right
should be open
not
to
joining it. Not just that they should be open to join it. I feel like they would. Like, regardless of the fact that Trump is affiliated with that party, the fact that there's going to be some people that have views that lean to both sides, because I'm pretty sure that's what the Patriot Party would be. I feel like it'll be something that gets a little bit from both sides. And that's where you'll finally get your little Unity 2020.
Yeah.
So, let's see, man. Hopefully. If he does start it, I want to see what comes out of it. I want to see what kind of, policies they come up with, or what direction they're going with, or what mission statement they have. I think it'd be great to fucking learn at least. See if he's either full of shit or he's actually trying to do something different again.
Yeah. You think he'll run for 2024?
I'm hopeful he will, but at the same time, I'm not too sure.
There's a rumor that his son will run.
Fuck, if he does, bro, that'd be crazy.
Trump Jr. will run.
That'll be fucking crazy. He's young as fuck.
It only makes sense, bro. George W. Bush.
George Bush Jr.
Yeah. Well, that'd be fucking crazy.
That'd be fucking insane if he did, bro. But then again, what if after Joe Biden, fucking Hunter Biden fucking ran for presidency? Fuck, bro. It's a pookie pipe. It's a different pipe. It looks like a.
Oh, don't you cook it from underneath?
Yeah, you basically cook it. It's hard to explain because it looks like just imagine a glass ball with a straw sticking out, basically, and that's how it looks.
That fucking world of crack.
And you pack it.
Heroin.
You pack it and then you just. I never smoked crack, but I've seen motherfuckers smoke crack in front of me, so I know how it smoked. I never smoked it myself, though. It's a trip. Crack is a hell of a drug.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. It looks like broken soap.
Yeah, see, as long as they don't bring shit like that to the Patriot Party, I'm pretty sure we should be fine.
Imagine.
But is it definitive that they're going to start the Patriot Party, or it's just right now we're on the street?
It's just rumored, bro. I just saw this shit on Twitter's trending. I was like, wow. I mean, that sounds...
Wait, how'd you say on Twitter's trending if fucking this shit is blocked, isn't it?
His account is blocked. Hashtag, I'm pretty sure, or the name of people. If he dies, you don't think it's going to be trending?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah. He's not allowed to tweet. But people can he still can be a subject matter. Or a trending matter.
Cause I'm saying there's a lot of people that hate Kamala Harris way more than they hate Joe Biden.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people dislike her.
Yeah. I'm one of them, dude. Fuck that bitch. She's garbage. That's what I've always said. I'd rather have 4 years of Biden than 1 year of Biden and 3 years of Harris.
Yeah, me too.
It'd go to shit if we give it to Harris. Not just because she's a woman. It's not because she's just a woman. Because I'm pretty sure there are women out there like George Jorgensen. I feel like she could have been a very good president. But I just feel like she'll be a shitty president. But not because she's a woman. She's just a shitty ass person. But we'll see though. I don't know.
We'll see, man. I just want America to be prosperous. I want a lot of us to get rich, to live fulfilling lives, and to be entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
And innovative. I want America to be innovative.
Very innovative.
Very, very innovative in the areas of technology, in the areas of just engineering, science. I want America to be the hub of all great things.
And now that you mention innovation and sciences and whatnot, I think that's a perfect way to jump into the topic of education.
Yeah.
I feel like if we were able to have more teachers, because they said there's not enough teachers going around in schools. But aside from that, but also building more schools, I think that'll help immensely, dude, for a lot of kids that are in big city areas like LA, Chicago, and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I hear half of those fucking schools out there, dude, are overcrowded as fuck.
Overcrowded.
Dude, our high school is overcrowded. Shit. How many motherfuckers they stick in a classroom? 40 of us.
Yeah. Overcrowded.
Fucking
and
high
just,
school.
Run down.
Yeah, dude.
Run down.
How does that boost morale when basically your government doesn't give a fuck about you?
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, I feel like government should step away from private education, such as, because I may be wrong, but I personally feel like universities are private education in the sense that they're all for profit. They're not really about educating kids or properly educating kids or adults, if you want to say it's already college. Because, dude, they go out there and give you some bullshit ass fucking degrees on some bullshit ass shit that's never gonna get you paid. So it's like, I feel like they're gonna step back and be like, hey, you know what? You guys do your own shit.
Yeah.
You guys handle your own shit. I feel like all these funds and all this money should go to public schools and public elementaries. Because you know how they say the children are our future.
Yeah.
I feel like they should go to those schools instead.
Yeah, they should. Less government and fucking in the school system.
Or in the universities, at least.
Yeah, universities.
And more money for high schools, middle schools, and elementaries.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that'll boost morale, not just for students, but for teachers as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many teachers out there that at first started with the ambition of the betterment of their children, the betterment of the future of America or the world, but then
they get disillusioned.
Exactly, and not just that, their fucking their morale goes super down because they see that they get no support from whatever district they're in.
The most beautiful souls, bro, are the teachers that spend their own money.
Yes.
To fucking try to give joy to the kids.
Yeah,
to try
dude.
and like do little assignments that aren't in the state
or the curriculum.
Weird curriculum, exactly.
Yeah.
I had a few teachers that would go out there and spend their own money, and I'm a kid, so I don't understand the value of a dollar.
Not a lot.
And but now looking back at it, it just means so much that somebody said, you know what, I could be investing this. I could be fucking buying myself better, like whatever, clothes, eating out more, whatever, spending on my kids.
Yeah.
That means a lot now that
it means a lot. That means that you actually care about the future of your students. That means you care about teaching them something that you feel like they should learn.
I feel like, honestly, right now, all teachers, hopefully, try to take some of their stuff to like YouTube or social media.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Like, my opinion.
No, I agree completely.
Teachers should try and like do TikTok informative things on the things that they love.
Yeah.
Don't like step out of the government rundown paradigm of teaching. Do your own thing, because teachers are really smart, really informative. The ones that love to teach.
Yeah, because we always got those assholes that didn't give a fuck about their job, or didn't give a fuck about teaching. Period, dude.
Yeah.
I had a lot of teachers that were like that too. But then again, we had a lot of teachers that were very caring for their students, dude. A lot, bro. And it's like, I feel like if they didn't have to spend, because obviously when they spend out of their own pocket, they were only able to spend a certain amount. They weren't gonna go hungry for us either.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like if they had the ability to not have to pay out of their pocket and have the school district and the government itself to pay for everything they wanted to teach their kids and their students, I think it would have been so much better food for schools all around there, like all around the U.S. Period. You know, instead of, because a lot of people bitch about how when they say, "Oh well, we give these kids books, but they don't take care of them. They write on them. They rip the pages." Bro, let's remember. I remember before when I used to get school books in high school, some were already written on to begin with. Some were already torn up.
Tagged up.
Why the fuck am I supposed to care for a book
that wasn't cared for before?
That basically treated like shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you gave me a brand new book, but this is just my thinking. I'm pretty sure if you gave me a brand new book, I'll be like, damn, dude, this school actually cares enough that they fucking gave me a book that's brand new, and they think I'll take care of it. I would take care of it. I'll be like, hey, I'm watch out for this shit.
That reminds me of something I heard. I forgot where I heard this. It was like some guy was breaking down like a certain phenomenon where people fuck with things that someone else already fucked with.
Yeah.
Like that you could be in a neighborhood where the houses are like ghetto, like dirty, run down or whatever. But if there's this house where the owner takes care of the yard, the house looks pretty well kept, that people are not likely to mess with that house.
No.
Because they're like, well, someone clearly cares for this one. We don't want to fuck with that person that clearly cares for this one. Whereas the next one might have a broken window, it's empty, it's abandoned, shit all on the walls. Someone might go in there to take a piss.
Yeah, because they're like, dude, it's already fucked up as it is.
No one cares about
this. What's another piss stain when there's two shit stains next to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could understand completely, because, bro, there was an abandoned house where we used to live. And I remember breaking into that fucking house. It was already broken in to begin with.
Right.
Fucking locks were missing. Windows were fucking shot out. And it's like, the walls are already tagged, so what the fuck was me just tagging again?
Right.
What the fuck was the big... To me, it wasn't shit, because I was like, it's already fucked up as it is.
Yeah.
As opposed to if I saw a brand new house, I wouldn't feel good busting that window on purpose.
Right.
Unless if I saw that bitch already run down, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to chuck a rock too.
Yeah, because someone clearly cares for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't want to mess with the person that keeps it.
Yeah, and that falls back to education, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, if we had so many fucking, like, people love to fucking bitch and complain about, our students or our students are being taught what they need to be taught in school, but yet they're still voting for the same fucking jackasses that are cutting funding for their schools. So then what the fuck are you complaining about? You're bringing it on yourself. Why are you gonna bitch about the lack of improvement in the schools around your community when you still got the same jackass that voted to cut further funding to that school in your community? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? Get them the fuck out. Look for somebody that, like, obviously we're not gonna expect somebody that's gonna say, hey, we're cutting budget from everywhere else and we're throwing it all in the school. You know? But at least something subtle. Hey, you know what? We're decreasing, let's say, 1% from all these other projects around the city, which obviously there's got to be a fuck ton of things they invest money to. Police, fire department, parks, fucking public maintenance, public safety, cross guards, all that shit. So if they took 1% out of each of those departments, which some people might say it's a lot, some people might say it's not, but 1% out of those, let's say they took out of 6, that means that you got 6% of a certain amount of money that you're giving to public education. That could be a substantial amount to begin with that people don't see. You know, some people might be like, really, fool, you want to give public education only 6%? It's somewhere. You're starting off at least somewhere. You're going somewhere with it.
Yeah.
And that's where the next year or the following fiscal year you could be like, hey, you know what, now we can give them a little bit more. Little by little, small increments. We don't expect everybody to go ahead and throw all the fucking money at the school, not at all. Because even then, when you give a school a lump sum amount of money, they're not going to know what the fuck to do with it. They're going to go do it like that other school they did a while back. I don't know if you remember, they bought a fuck ton of iPads and then they disappeared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I feel like we got to work on instead. Like, we got to work on the betterment of our kids, the betterment of our kids' education. Aside, instead of focusing on other dumb shit, why the fuck are we investing so much goddamn money into our prison systems? And not just that, paying private prisons, which are way more expensive than state-run prisons or federally run prisons, than our kids' education. How, bro? How could you be cool with it? How could you be cool with mass incarceration, but not be cool when we're asked, hey, you know what, how about you give $1 million to this school district or to the lower half of this state to help these kids? Oh, no, we gotta spend it to keep the animals locked up. Really, bro?
They're kids before they become those animals.
Exactly. I feel like if we invested that time and money instead of those kids, we'd be preventing a lot less people from getting locked up. Although I agree, you know, the vast majority of people that are locked up are, you know, come from single parent homes. But think about it. If you're from a single parent home, there's still salvation in the sense that after school programs, bro, how much guidance can you get from mentors in there that could show you, hey, you know what, you may not be from a nuclear family, you might be coming from a single parent home, but you know what, I could relate. I could relate to what you're doing, little brother, or whatever, and just be like, look where I'm at. I was able to get that mentality, throw it away, and make something out of myself, and not follow the footsteps of friends and family or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. And people don't do that, you know? Like, we could fucking go ahead and finally, you know, break this cycle if we invested more money into public education. Which we fucking don't, which sometimes pisses me off.
Pisses me off too.
Because I'm like, dude, how the fuck could you be okay with that, dude? And then it's amazing, because although I'm blaming it on the government right now, this also falls on parents. Because there's people out there, dude, that just so they don't have to basically give a fuck about, because obviously, you know, I'm pretty sure you don't have kids. Whenever you have to deal with parent conferences or whatever, or your kid got in trouble or whatever, they're gonna call you, right? They're gonna call you, hey, you know, this acted bad, we need you to come down for a meeting. And you're like, oh fuck. There's some people out there, some parents, just so they don't have to deal with that shit, they send them to the shittiest school out there, where they know, where regardless if they behave bad or not, or fucking try stabbing half the school, they're not gonna get called. They're gonna be like, fuck it, the parent doesn't give a fuck anyways, we're not gonna call him. I think that's fucked up too on the parents' part, because there's parents that do that shit. That don't give a flying fuck about their kids' education. And it sucks. I think it's garbage. You know, and I feel like if we take those certain steps, you know, to improve the education system, I'm pretty sure we could make those kids grow up to be the parents that end up giving a fuck about their kids' education, where they'll be more involved. Because I feel like there was a lack of involvement when it came to school. My parents were the same. Like, yeah, although my mom was not heavily involved, but she was somewhat involved up until I got to high school, because she saw I was already getting in trouble, and she was like, fuck it. Whatever, you're lost cause, fuck it. You know? I don't hold that against her in any way, but I feel like if the schools and the parents took a different approach when it came to correcting or reprimanding kids, things would be different. Because I remember when I would get in trouble in school, the first thing they would do is just be like, fuck it, we don't want to deal with this fool. We're either going to kick them out, we're going to expel them or suspend them. You'll be like, fuck, dude, really? Instead of going like, maybe going to a counselor. Dude, supposedly counselors are supposed to be there for helping students, right? Every fucking counselor I had to deal with never fucking helped me in the slightest. They only helped me drop out. I shit you not. I'm being honest with you. My high school counselor in 11th grade, the only thing she was helpful for was helping me drop out. When I told her, I don't want to be in this school anymore. And she said, are you sure? And I said, yes. She didn't even fucking say, oh, but there's other things you could do, or, oh, what could we do to help you? All she said was, okay, here, sign that. Have your mom sign it and bring it back. Like, bro, what kind of fuck you is that to a 16, I think it was like 16, like a 16-year-old kid? That basically shows you don't give a fuck. So why the fuck am I gonna give a fuck about my education if you don't give a fuck about my education? Yeah. A real counselor should have been like, why do you want to drop out? Oh, because I'm behind on my credits, or you know what, I fucked off most of my sophomore year and there's no way I'm getting this back. And you know what, we'll work something out. You know, you need these classes to graduate, so you'll keep these classes, but you know what, these classes, you really don't need them. So, you know what, how about we take these classes off and you take these classes that you need to make up, and then hopefully by senior year, you might have to stay, you might have to be hold back a couple more months to finish these credits, but you'll get your high school diploma. Oh. Instead, that would be like, well, we can't do anything. Yeah. What the fuck? Really? You really can't do anything? Nope. Could you try? Nope. Fuck. Wow. You guys are garbage.
The counselor basically said, you think you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, fuck. Which I see it. Like, I brought it onto myself. I know I brought it onto myself. But if you're there to basically be a counselor for kids, wouldn't your first thought be, how do I prevent this stupid idiot that wants to drop out from dropping out? Instead of you're enabling, going like, yeah, fuck it, go ahead, fuck off.
Yeah. I feel like that's people that are just way too just comfortable with, you know, doing, they worked their way up to that position. They probably put in the work to become that, but once they got there, they're just like, this is nice, this is chill. You know,
yeah, I'm just chilling.
Yeah, these kids don't give a fuck. I'll show them.
Fuck these kids too.
Yeah. Which counselors should be thinking innovative.
And they don't.
They should
at least in our high school, bro. When the fuck did you think? I mean, I'm speaking for myself. We went to the same fucking high school.
Yeah.
When did you feel like the counselors gave a flying fuck about you or your education?
I could think of a few talks that I had with the counselor where I felt like they care about you as a person or whatever, you know. But yeah, it wasn't the best,
right?
It wasn't the best, and I did feel at times like, wow, like I'm talking to people that
just don't give a shit.
That just feel like they want to convince me that their hands are tied when they're not.
Yeah, they're just here to collect the paycheck, basically.
And that sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks, man. But kind of like, you know, drifting away from that of education. But then not really. College, I dropped out of college.
Which I'm so glad you fucking did.
I'm not so glad but I accept it. I'm like, accept it.
I'm fucking glad he did, honestly.
I don't hold any kind of like harboring feelings of regret or nothing.
Good.
I definitely wish I would have done things different, but that doesn't necessarily mean regret. Regret is like the dwelling.
Yeah, where you just
wanted to go back.
I really want to go back, man.
Yeah, no, I want to do that again. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Which is something that I'm just convinced that I think is, when it comes to college, that's supposed to be your major. You pick majors.
Yeah.
Your major should be a pathway where the counselor tells you, you want to be a doctor? Okay. Any fucking, I guess a literature course is necessary. Doctorate literature. Your literature class, English class, is going to be just doctor terminology. Anatomy is needed.
Yeah. Biology.
Shit like that. Yeah, we're not going to make you take a fucking...
a history class.
Exactly. Ancient history course. No. The closest thing is maybe...
Or we're going to make you take trig.
Yeah, you see? Or let's say you want to be an English professor. You shouldn't fail college on your road to be an English professor because you weren't good at trigonometry.
Yes!
You know?
Fucking yes! I agree.
We shouldn't hold our students. How many fucking students in the country, somewhere out there is a fucking Billy Joe that was like, oh dude, I wanted to become a fucking English professor, but because I failed trigonometry twice or 3 times, I couldn't do it. I gave up.
I couldn't do it.
It was going to require for me to go and take it a 4th time in a different, maybe district or in a different school altogether.
Yeah.
So to sign up, take a fucking, I think there's an entrance exam for every college.
What kind of stupid shit
like,
is
who
that?
has the fucking time to do that? These shits are, there's a term for this. Antiquated.
Very.
Antiquated. We have iPhones. I could send you something via, AirDrop.
Yeah, or hyperlink.
Hyperlink, Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Instant. But we have this antiquated way of educating people.
It's fucking stupid.
Where you, on your way to be a fucking civil engineer, can fail
because you didn't take science.
Well, I think...
You didn't take biology, fool. Biology didn't help you to be a civil engineer.
I guess biology doesn't help you be a civil engineer.
It fucking doesn't.
Okay. So, you shouldn't
really gotta give a fuck about birds?
Yeah, you shouldn't fucking fail on your way to be a civil engineer because you failed animal biology. That's even a course.
Or arts history.
Arts history.
Why the fuck would you fucking...
Imagine that. I was gonna be a fucking mechanical engineer, but because I failed arts history 3 times...
I'm not getting it.
I can't, and I'm just working at fucking...
And I gotta pay back all that fucking money I spent.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I fucking wish that school, well, universities at least, their courses were very similar to trade schools.
Yeah.
Because when you go to a trade school, they don't go fucking teaching you, oh, what are you coming in for? Hey, well,
I'm coming in for welding.
I want to be a welder. You want to be a welder? Yeah. Okay, well, here's your math book. Here's a biology book. And here's American Civil Rights. What? The fuck do I need that shit for?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't fucking take this shit, you're not going to be a welder.
You
what?
Hey, this is electrician trade school. You want to be an electrician?
Yes, sir. I want to be an electrician.
Okay, well, we're going to teach you U.S. history, ancient literature, and you're going to take a knitting class.
What the fuck do I need a knitting for?
And a PE class.
What the fuck do I need a PE class for?
Hey, it's either take it or leave it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Food for Less. Fuck it. I'm going back to Ralph's.
Yeah.
They pay me more there. Fuck you.
This shit, that's the way it is. That's the way it was for me a couple years ago when I fucking dropped out.
Dude, and people, one thing I trip out on, dude, is how frowned upon trades are here in the United States.
They should not be fucking frowned upon, bro.
They shouldn't, bro. Dude, did you know welders are making as much, if not more, than fucking teachers? Garbage men make as much as teachers. And they're not in fucking debt like fucking teachers are.
We need to
normalize that.
Normalize and denormalize the shame of not getting a fucking bachelor's.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe you didn't feel shame, but
I didn't give a fuck. Fuck no.
You don't really give a fuck at all.
I don't know. I don't.
One of the driving factors for me was just kind of like doing this for my family.
Yeah. See. I was in that position at first.
I was so fucking on the edge of like dropping out feeling like, fuck, my self-worth is
going down the drain.
No, my self-worth is based on whether or not I graduate college.
Yeah. Like, that's a defining factor for people now.
And it shouldn't be if it's not for you.
It shouldn't.
We should let people know whether it's not for you. Looking back at it, it's not for me. When I was going through it, I was just like, bro, it's either this or nothing. Or my parents would look at me like, what a piece of shit.
Fucking scumbag.
Now they don't say shit to me.
Bro, how many fucking times did I try convincing you, bro, to fucking drop out?
A few times.
Yeah, exactly. Because I saw it. I was able to see, like, bro, this dude ain't happy. Like, I could tell he's not happy because he's not doing what he actually loves. You know? And I kept telling you, how many times did I tell you, bro, focus on what you want to do because I could see you have a passion for that. And so far, you haven't been learning anything regarding that. You were going fucking studying bullshit-ass psychology.
Shout out to Jack Daniels. He doesn't want the sponsorship.
I don't want sponsorship. Fuck the sponsorship. Coke, sponsor me.
Amazing whiskey. I never even heard of fucking Screwball. What the fuck is Screwball?
But as we said before, education, bro.
I have no self-respect.
Neither do I. You know I don't, so fuck it. What?
I have no self-respect.
Fuck it.
What'd you expect?
But, like we said before.
You don't respect me, I don't respect me.
No, fuck it. But like I said before, dude, it's like fucking not having a college education is so frowned upon by so many people, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Now, obviously, I don't give a fuck. But, dude, when I first graduated high school, dude, part of me really fucking, like, thought about going to college and going to university. Because part of me was like, bro, no one's gone. I know I could do it. Because school was never hard for me. I was cool with it. Like, I never failed my classes. My classes weren't bad. It's just, it bored the shit out of me. You know, the only class I think I had fun in, that I excelled in, was English. My fucking forte has always been English and always will be. And even then, it still bored me. Although I still learned a lot. Like, I learned how to read.
You're a good speaker.
Yeah.
You're a good bullshit artist, too.
Yeah,
You're
very
a good manipulator.
Very, very much so. But I learned how to fucking write.
You could be you would make a great dictator.
Probably. I might run for mayor. Who knows? I'm thinking about it. But I learned how to write very well, to the extent where I was able to follow, you know, the way they want essays, no contractions, no I's and shit like that. So, dude, when I was turning my papers, bro, my teacher would be like, fuck, dude, that shit was cool. Right, thank you. But it's still, like, it wasn't something that I was like, fuck, bro, I feel like, even though I'm really good at English and literature, it's not something that I feel like I want to chase after. It's not something I want to excel in to the point where I can make a profession out of it. It just didn't, that wasn't my entire calling. Although I was good at it, it's not something that I was vastly impressed by. Mm-hmm. Not in the slightest. So school was never hard for me. So I knew if I went to the university, it wasn't going to be hard for me, but it was going to bore the shit out of me. So I knew it was going to be a waste of money. So I was like, why not instead just look for a way where I could get paid a good amount, a good wage, where I don't have to worry about getting into debt with big-ass lump sum loans and shit like that, when I could just make some good money, having a trade or whatever, and I'll be making bank. You know? And not gonna lie, at first I kept fucking doubting myself to doing it. Where I was like, bro, if I go through this, fool, my fucking parents are gonna fucking hate me, and my parents are gonna look down on me because they're gonna be like, oh, you fucking jackass. You fucking suck, basically. You're wasting your talents away. But then after a while, I was like, you know what, bro? Fuck that. I gotta live for myself. I can't be living for anybody else. So that's when I said, I'm not going to school. Fuck it. Lucky for me, it worked out, you know? I was able to bust my ass to where I am now.
Yep.
You know, although it took a couple years, I'm cool where I'm at now. I got into a position that I fucking love, and I got also into a position where I could be able to show motherfuckers how to get there too. That I could see people following, you know, the same path I took, and I'll be like, hey, you know what? I was there. I'll show you how to do it better. I'll help you get there faster. And it's like, that's why I say, education, a college degree isn't for everybody. Just because you don't have a college degree doesn't mean you're not going to succeed in life.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there that don't have college degrees and are making bank and are making a killing, dude, for themselves. And people got to stop thinking about how much a fucking degree is worth. Because, dude, there's a lot of degrees that ain't worth shit.
Yeah.
Like we just mentioned, arts, history. Name one job you think you could get aside from being a professor or a teacher with an arts history degree.
Museum, like fucking
Like a curator, maybe.
Yeah, or like a museum guide, tour.
A tour guide,
basically.
Of
a museum. Yeah.
Oh, a museum guide. How much do you think they get paid?
$65K.
A year.
65K.
I think it might be less.
55K.
Maybe 50, maybe 55K, maybe. You already see how fucking low it is in attendance most museums are in the country. Not a lot of people go to museums anymore. They find it boring. They're stuck on their phones. They're stuck on their TVs. So what makes you think that's going to be a lasting career? How are you so sure that that fucking degree is going to guarantee job safety?
Yeah.
You can't. Because people don't go to museums as much anymore.
Yeah.
It's not like how me and you, when we were in elementary and we would go to museums, 2-3 times a year in school trips. And we'll go see, the science center or stuff like that. Where there were always people going. Nowadays, bro, you're lucky if you see a fucking museum that's packed. I've been in a museum in San Diego, bro, where they weren't packed. Where I was just like, fuck, these are fucking empty.
Yeah.
So even then, you can really, for sure, have a stable job working as a curator in a museum with an arts history major.
Yeah, we're really talking to the people right now, man.
Yeah.
That's America. I love America.
Don't let a degree define you.
And definitely don't let a degree define you.
Don't. It's okay to look for a trade.
Yeah,
we encourage that.
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely.
You can start a business on a trade.
And I want us, and I want great minds, common minds, everybody to just push towards technology, engineering, trades, welding, carpentry.
Because think about it, bro. You come up with the next best idea.
Right.
You come up with the next Google.
Mm-hmm.
You come up with a search engine that's much better than Google, right? And you say, hey, we're more innovative than Google. We have better technological advance than Google. We're the next best thing, all right? We're fucking Google. After J40, fuck it, we're Google. We're Google, whatever, right? Now, because so many people are out there that make technological advances in their degrees or whatever, you're going to have way more jobs for them. Then you say, you know what? Fuck buying an old building. I want to buy a property and I want to make a building. There you go. All the people that went out there for trades are going to have a job guaranteed when they're making that building. You're going to have welders making the frame. You're going to have, what the fuck's the name for him? Carpenters. You're going to make the carpenters working in there too. You're going to have the guys that are doing, working with cement. Yeah, working with cement. You're going to have electricians. You're going to have guys doing finish work. You're going to have everybody there working, dude. You're going to have all kinds of guys from different trades working on one project.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, bro, it's hard to find somebody that's doing those trades. Like everybody's looking down. I'm like, oh fuck that. I don't want to be out there working in the sun. That's because they don't know what it pays. Bro, people out there working out in the fields, not like crops, but like working out in the field, like construction and shit like that, welding out there in projects, dude, they're making like $40 to $50 an hour. Yeah. An hour. That's like what? Maybe 60 to 70K a year. Yeah, bro, you might look at it as hard-ass work, like, oh, bro, well, you're out in the sun. Not all the time. You're not always out in the sun. Because remember, the building grows. They put floors. So sometimes you're in the building working in there.
You got a roof over it.
Yeah, people don't see that.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I want people to fucking, if it's a trade, if it's a degree too, but just, I want people to not go into the bullshit useless degrees, because if it's subsidized, the school isn't really emboldened to inform you, look, you're taking this class for funsies.
Yeah.
Your whole major is for funsies.
Pretty much. They don't tell you that.
They don't tell you about the competitive job market, the supply and demand of occupations. They just tell you, look, so long as we got this, well, they see how you say it, they see
They see sucker written on their forehead.
They see sucker written on their forehead, and they say, "Look, just sign here. This is your student loan. Okay, cool. We got this shit. It's
available.
It's insured on us. If you drop out, we don't care. We're getting our money from the government. So we'll take you down this bullshit." And they got majors that are being invented all the time. If it's subsidized, you don't think professors are just scratching their nuts thinking of making up majors as they go?
Bro,
video game history is probably gonna be a fucking major.
Bro,
imagine getting your doctorates in video game history.
What the fuck do you give a shit about it?
Ogre literature. There's probably a major in fucking liquor bullshit, you know?
Bro, there's probably a major in being a weeaboo.
What's a weeaboo?
The weeaboos, those motherfuckers are into anime and shit, but super into anime where it's cringy.
Yeah.
I'm into anime, but I'm not into anime where it's cringy.
Yeah.
I'm not going out there getting kawaii.
Kawaii. Imagine a fucking doctorates in
being a raw XD.
Raw XD.
Like, really, bro? They teach you how to raw food of bitches. What the fuck, bro?
You went to college for
They show you how to wear a choker properly. Oh, fuck you, bro.
You went to college for 8 years and you got a degree in fucking raw XD.
Really? What did you learn? I learned how to dye my hair purple properly. What the fuck? You're telling me you couldn't gone to a beauty school for 8 months? Really, dickhead? They would have taught you the same shit there, how to paint your nails too.
So yeah, man, I deeply, deeply, deeply want my country, our country. This is our country, bro. Everybody's country, but this is our country.
Yeah.
I want the youth. I want people our age, even people a little older, normalize just fucking being innovative. I've over the past maybe a couple years, a year, I've grown a deep love and admiration for innovators, for entrepreneurs. I feel I'm not gonna say like I know it's in all of us, because not everybody has to be an entrepreneur.
No,
if I would have lived the rest of my life without even thinking hoping to be an entrepreneur,
have that mindset.
I would have died a happy man.
Yeah, because you're still comfortable. You're not homeless. You got a good job.
Yeah.
They're paying enough where you can live off of.
Yeah, and as we're talking like this, I definitely don't look down upon somebody that just likes where they're at.
Not at all.
And if you're making an honest living, you have dignity.
Exactly.
There's people making fast money. They don't have they lack dignity. They lack.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to shame them either. Fuck it. Get it how you live. But if you're making an honest living, you have dignity. It's dignified.
No, I agree.
But I'm just saying, hey, we could all try and be fucking innovative, entrepreneurial, thinking more, tech, engineering, science. Let's push fucking kids. Like the tech engineers don't gotta be scrawny little fucks. They could be, you could be a Chad. Shout out to the incels.
Shout out to the buddies.
Incel buddies. Hashtag incel buddies.
Hashtag incel buddies.
You guys are on this shit too. Everybody, bro. Fucking, we could all eat.
There's enough for everybody to go around, bro. Enough for everybody to go around.
Something they should teach, and I'm pretty sure they got some little bullshit form in high schools, or maybe it's a elective in college. Basic, how do you call it? Like basic life skills.
Well, they did.
Yeah, at some point, or they did.
I remember they had, when I was going to high school, they had it, but they didn't have it for that long.
Yeah.
Life skills would only last maybe like 6 weeks, and then next semester came and you were doing fucking health. But not just that, not just health class and shit like that, not just life. I think that's a great idea too. But I also think they should also go ahead and give you classes such as, they should go back to trade classes they were giving out. Dude, back then, dude, I told you this before, they used to give you mechanics, which they're barely bringing back up now in certain schools, and not all of them. They're bringing back mechanics. They're bringing back, they should bring back, personally I think, gun classes. How kids used to go out there, they wouldn't go out there in schools shooting a fucking gun.
Yeah.
But they would show you at least how to manage it, how to
the
workings of how a gun works,
clean it,
how to clean it properly, how to handle it safely, and the do's and don'ts. I feel like shit like that.
Fucking brought back.
I feel like shit like that helps kids immensely, bro. Why? Because when they grow old to the point where they're out there by themselves, unless their car breaks down, they're not gonna be in the point where they're like, oh fuck, I don't know how to do it. They could be like, some of that information you retain it, bro, that you learned in high school. We should be like, hey, I know how to change a tire. I know how to change a tire. Although my mom and my dad never taught me, I learned it in high school. I know the basics of changing a fucking tire because of high school. I gotta put the jack under the car, lift the jack, take the nuts off, Take off the tire, put the spare tire on there, and there you go. Shit like that. Oh, I know how to do an oil change. Oh, my car said I need an oil change. I don't got money right now to go pay for an oil change at the fucking mechanic. I'll do it myself. It's simple things like that that could save people money.
Yeah.
That you'd be able to learn if schools offered it. Which I think they should bring back.
They should bring back. That sounds fucking rockstar. The 4th year of high school, I feel like should be just all that.
Yeah.
The whole...
Preparing you for life.
The whole year. Little 3 years, hey, we fuck around with you, we fucking, whatever, little bullshit. The 4th year should be, okay, we're about to throw you out into the world.
Yeah.
We're about to...
Some of you aren't going to go to college.
When you hold... I hold the person's legs, you hold the person's arms.
Yeah.
We're
swinging you, bitch.
We're about to swing you out there, and we're not going to take you back.
On 3, you're out.
They should teach
We're letting go of the ankles.
Yeah, the whole year should be life skills.
Yeah.
How to... modern life skills, how to fucking deal with the modern world, not fucking 1992, right now.
Yeah.
What you're about to step out into.
And it doesn't have to be something like over the top. It could be something simple. Hey, you know what? We'll show you how to balance a checkbook.
There you go. We'll
show you how to open up an account to whether whatever bank you're gonna go at here in the vicinity, where they could go local. They could show local. Hey, you know what? These are the banks that are available here in your city at the moment. At the moment.
Credit unions.
If you start working and you want your money to be safe or whatever, you want your money somewhere, putting in one of these banks. This is the way you open an account in any of these banks. We already did the research for you guys. We already contacted these banks. This is how you guys open an account with these banks. You offer this, and this to them. They need this information, and they open a checking account with them. Now, it's recommended that you also open a savings account so you start saving money, start trying to save at least 10% or 15% of each check, and put that in your savings. Why? Because that savings account grows and grows and grows from all the money you're putting in. Eventually, that money you save could be for emergency. Car breaking down, buying a new car, even buying a house. Yeah. Dude, if you teach this shit to kids that young, they'll retain that information, bro. Especially, like you said, to do it at the last year of high school. They'll be able to retain that information when they're like, shit, you're fucking right. This is something, because not all of them are going to go to college, bro. Not all of them are going to, some of them are going to be delighted that they're finally out of high school. Yeah. They're like, I'm finally out of high school. I'm ready to either join the military, or I'm ready to start my own business, or I'm ready to fucking get a job. You know? It's shit like that should help them. And then when you teach them other fucking trades like wood shop, bring back wood shop. People could be out there actually being interested in carpentry.
And they need enthusiastic teachers. I feel like
my fucking wood shop teacher was whack.
The teacher should be uppity, like that.
Oh, I thought you meant like literally do some cocaine. I was about to say, what?
Oh, I didn't mean literally.
Oh, fuck you. No.
Oh, alright. But the teachers and the professors should be on it.
I agree.
What's wrong with the teacher on the low-key taking a shot? It gets me up.
See, that I don't know. I can't agree there, bro. I can't agree there, because...
Alright, well, the professors should just be high energy.
I agree. And we don't expect, like, fucking Pee Wee Herman high energy, but just have high enough energy where, one, you don't seem like a uptight motherfucker, and you also seem like somebody that's approachable to the students. Like, because I remember with me, in certain classes where I was like, bro, I can't fucking talk to this bitch or to this dude, because just got a resting bitch face all the time. Like, I don't feel like I could go up to him and be like, hey, I'm having difficulty, because I always felt like they'll probably be like, you can't understand this, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, fuck. Well, that's what I get for asking. You know what I mean? I feel like they should have some form of high energy. I could agree with that.
They gotta be on it, bro. A professor that's on it, I'll never forget. I've had a teacher in middle school that was just like super enthusiastic. I was like, man, this guy's parents really loved him because he has charisma that was never beaten down. And I had a professor in community college that was always like just super enthusiastic, just fucking like his jokes were always on 10. Like, you know,
and it makes people more engaged in it.
Bro, it was a political science class. At that time, I didn't give a fuck about political science. He made it fun.
Yeah, where you enjoyed watching it. You enjoyed being there.
The course was just whatever. He was just so in love with something, which is true. When you see somebody in love with the craft that they do, it could be something you don't even relate to.
Yeah.
Just to see somebody in love with something. Because that's like, you know, it's one of the purest forms. You see somebody with something that they really enjoy.
It intrigues you.
Know in and out. Yeah.
Like me personally, I can give a fuck about music production in the slightest. It doesn't interest me at all.
Hold on, time out. You doing like a tutorial on about guns, I feel like I would be into.
Probably.
At this point in my life, I'm not really into guns. I do want to get a gun. I'm not really into guns, but if you did like a tutorial about, look, this is how you handle this, blah, blah, I would be like, yeah, this guy loves it. He's into them. He believes in self-defense, safety, the anatomy, the craftsmanship that went into making guns. I would fucking want to watch it.
Thank you.
And a lot of people I feel would.
Probably.
That's something you're into. I could tell you're into.
Yeah.
You're not a mass murderer. You like.
No, fuck no. I never want to kill anybody. Unless I absolutely have to, but I wouldn't want to kill anybody.
Yeah.
Fuck no. And the same thing can be said with you when it comes to music production. Me, it doesn't interest me in the slightest. But I'm not gonna lie. When I see you on it, when I see you fucking showing me all these beats you come up with, I'm intrigued. Where I'm like, fuck, dude. I want to see what else you brought out. I want to see what else you come up with. So that falls back to what you just said, where it's like you get intrigued when you see somebody's passion and you see somebody showing you what they're fucking super driven to do. Where you're like, fuck, dude, I actually want to see more. You know? Like with my girl. I know I mentioned it before. You know, her photography. I remember, you know, I'm not interested in photography in the slightest. The only thing I really like is Polaroids. That's it. Other than that, I'm not a fan of digital photography. I'm not a fan of any other form of photography except for Polaroids. I really love Polaroids. That's it. Nothing else. My girl, on the other hand, she's into all kinds of different digital. She has her own film camera and shit like that. And I never got into it. But when I see her talk about it and when I see her showing me her work, I'm intrigued by it because I'm like, holy shit, woman, you actually did this? Or like, I remember we went to an art show where they put one of her photos in the art show on display. Twice, actually. And I was like, fuck, dude, you actually did this? She goes, yeah. Cool. And I was like, holy shit, dude, that's actually cool. You know, one art show was at her school and the other one was in a museum. And I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. And that's when I'm really intrigued. When I see someone's passion flourishing, you're like, holy shit, dude, these guys show me more.
Yeah.
But then right after we're done, okay, I'm not showing you anymore. Okay, we're done for today. Right after that, I'm just like, okay, cool. I don't give a fuck about photography anymore. Or I don't give a fuck about music production.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a trip.
Yeah, it is a trip.
Look. So this fool did this post. Look. The homie that I told you he used to be at JW. This was the post that he shared. He shared that, okay? You read what he posted. It's pretty long, though.
Alright, do I read it out loud or what?
If you want, I don't give a fuck.
I think I'm back.
Oh, you dick.
Alright, what deadly policies exactly? I'll wait. Might he be referring to policies that helped minorities? Or maybe he meant the policies that brought the unemployment rate to a record low? Or what about his tax cut to every American? And even more for single mothers. Could he possibly be referring to the platinum package, which included $500 billion for blacks? Perhaps maybe the deadly deal he worked out with Ben Carson to invest money into poverty-stricken areas? You know, the minority areas? IDK, maybe he's referring to the policies where he finally stopped letting China take advantage of us? Or what if he has no fucking idea what the fuck he's talking about because his only news source is Fox and CNN? Feel free to enlighten me on one of his deadly policies. Bro, how people are so fucking ignorant and uneducated is beyond me. And let's not forget, Obama built those cages, but why the fuck aren't you dragging him? Oh yeah, because he's black, right? And the mind of a moron, blacks can't do anything racist. Also, don't forget he was the most accepting of the LGBT community going into his presidency. Obama and Biden weren't even for that until his second term and only to hand it to the public. This is what happens when you decide to be a sheep and hop on the bandwagon just because the media tells you to read little. Did I miss anything? You were fucking spot. Just learning from the vet. So glad you took the red pill, brother. You are ready, Neil. Oh man.
Hey, but he admits his mistake. Look what he wrote.
Best president we've had. I know, but I never lost faith, bro. I knew you'd open your eyes. Can't be stupid. Can't be stupid forever. No, my good, you cannot. Oh man, that was fucking gold, bro.
Yeah, but he admitted where he was stupid, where he was being an SJW.
Yeah, he was. I remember you showed me, homeboy. He used to post some really fucking
dumbass shit.
Yeah.
Where I was like, fuck, we're losing another one.
You fucking red pilled somebody, bro.
I red pilled with my sister too. I red pilled a lot of people.
Big sister? Or?
Yeah, my big sister. Like, even she was bad. She was on that mentioned to me about how she goes, did you hear how Biden was trying to take credit for Trump's proposal of $2,000 stimulus check? She's the one that mentioned to me.
Which again, when that's brought up, I'm just going on. There's no way he's gonna take credit for proposing it. No, the proposal is and always will be Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying if Biden is the one that passes it,
which he's the one that got it done. Yeah,
which now it cannot be Trump, unless
no, not at all.
So that's what I'm saying. If he passes it, well, he will take credit.
Yeah.
You know, and rightfully so because he passed it. I feel like if Trump would have tried to, the Congress or the Senate or whoever, the checks and balances would have tried to, hey, nah, man, we don't want to give you credit.
Yeah.
And CNN would have fucking been all up on that. Oh, look at Trump. He's crying because he couldn't pass it.
What a bitch.
Yeah. It's fucking, look at this fucking white supremacist trying to pass him.
Fucking dirtbag, how dare you.
Are you calling the American people poor? CNN.
Fuck you.
I mean, Trump calls the Americans poor.
You motherfuckers.
Trump looks down on Americans. That's what it would have been.
Tooey.
Trump spits on the face of Americans with a lousy $2,000 pitch.
Pretty much.
You know?
Fuck.
But if it's Biden, our God has spoken.
Yeah.
$2,000 for everybody.
That's where it go to. It'd be looking like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Which, but like I would say, we may not like it, but we have to accept it.
No, I agree. It's a trip.
Somewhere out there, the fucking dragon that is Trump, he's flying over America and just going like, I may be gone in the physical, but I'm here for you in the spiritual.
Get the fuck out of here. But
and then he just goes
oh fuck. But moving away from the whole education and politics thing. How into it? Oh, well, let me word it properly.
We're just two dickheads, I feel.
Yeah. We're dickheads, but moving away from the fact that we are dickheads. How? What?
Alright.
What's your take on aliens? What do you mean? Oh, what the fuck does that mean? What the fuck?
Because that's a big ass. Cheers. That's a big ass fucking. Oh my god. Dude, fuck. I put a lot. Hey, that's my sponsor.
It is your sponsor. Keep the sponsor. Fuck them. I'm pretty sure these assholes don't believe in aliens.
Pretty sure they do. This shit was made in the fucking. Would you call Midwest, Tennessee? Is that the South? I think it's the South.
It's the South.
Oh, it is the South. What am I saying? What am I talking about? That's Tennessee. Tennessee.
I think it's like around Georgia and shit.
Yeah, that's the South, man. This was in the South. People have seen aliens in the South. Places where they don't even have fucking street lights.
Well, I mean, places where there's no street lights have clear skies, so I'm pretty sure we obviously saw fucking UFO dick. Talking about you, how do you feel about aliens? What's your take on it?
My take on it?
I don't give a fuck about what Jack Daniels people think.
Deep in my mind.
Don't sponsor us, Jack Daniels.
Sponsor me. Deep in my mind, I don't want to have my illusion shattered. My illusion, I was just raised.
What do you mean your illusion shattered?
Okay, well, it comes down to this, and it's a flaw to the just straight linear logical person. It's a flaw of mine. I'm religious.
How's being religious a flaw?
No, I'm saying to the logical, just straight down and narrow, like no bias whatsoever, because I can't prove to you that God exists.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's logical.
No, but I'm saying somebody that requires evidence, logic, like just straight linear logical people. They require evidence.
Okay.
Certain things I require evidence.
No, okay, yeah, I agree.
So since I can't prove to you God exists, I'm there. I'm stuck there. I'm like, I believe in God. So my belief is that God created the world, blah blah blah. The devil came around. Okay, so it's good and evil and stuff like that.
Fuck half the world, yeah.
So aliens kind of, I feel, breaks that illusion because God created men. So I have to convince myself if aliens were to be real, God created them too.
But then again, nowhere in readings, literature of the Bible does it say that He created aliens. Yeah.
Right. So then I'm just like, okay, are aliens angels?
Oh.
Are they? Some guy that we work with, he says aliens. He believes that aliens are demons. Yeah, demons, which is a pretty good pitch.
How so though?
Just that they're out there lurking on because there's in religious talk that the world is not of God.
To the devil.
It's of the devil.
Yeah.
So they're out there basically like watching the devil's world.
Making sure the devil's world is in check.
Yeah, like that there's enough evil. Like, hey, we need a little more evil. Huh, you know, that there's enough like.
I could see that. That makes some sense, you know. But at the same time, the only reason I find it, I don't agree with it completely, or I can't say, oh yeah, no, that does sound good, is because I don't know if you're aware of. I don't know if you ever heard of the Star Children. There was somewhere in either Central America or South America. I'm not sure, but it was Latin America. But basically, it was they found some skulls of kids, right? But their heads were oddly shaped. But they weren't. You know how in Egypt they bound your head to make it go up a certain way. When you're growing up, they bind your head to wrap it so they could get all elongated and shit. Well, according to the scientists that found those skulls, they said that those skulls allegedly weren't wrapped, that they were formed differently. And when you look at it, it almost looks like like if the skull could have 5 points on it. It almost looks like a pentagon, almost shape-ish type of thing. So there's legend behind it that those kids were descendants of star people. So basically, people from the stars, they wouldn't say aliens, but then again, sometimes they refer to them as gods. They would come down from the sky, mate with the women there, make them have their kids, and then when the kids grew to a certain age, the star people would come down again and take the kids. But then they said that not all the time would they make it. Obviously, some would die young, or some won't make it at all, or some never got picked up. So there's a couple. I don't know if it's one skull or a couple skulls that are like them. They're called the Star Children.
Damn.
So it's like that's where it's like I don't know if I could say they're demons, because if that's the case, why would a demon come have a kid with a human just to take the fucker back? If I were a demon and I wanted to procreate and have my offspring, I'd leave them there and be like, all right, you guys gotta be out here on the ground. I'm up there in the sky, bitch. You gotta be here on the ground, making sure shit's getting fucked. All right, this is why I fucked your mom, and this is why I'm leaving you guys here, because I want to make sure that you guys make sure shit's getting fucked with,
destroyed.
Yeah.
There's actually a passage in the Bible. There's actually a name for like half demon, half man.
Is it the Antichrist?
No. There's a name for it. There's a name for it. Like the same coworker we work with, he told me about a passage in the Bible.
Are you talking about the Nephilim?
I don't know if that's it. It might be it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, basically, like, you know, that demons do mate with men, with like mankind.
Who knows? I've heard something called Nephilim, but
that might be it.
But to my knowledge, it was never demons. It was angels that had that word for it. But anyways, yeah, that's where I could say I don't really believe the whole demon shit because of what they found in those Star Children thing, where they never mentioned anything. But then again, they also never mentioned anything about them being super good or super evil. So that's where it could go both ways, where it could be a demon, where it can't. But I would assume if you're a demon, you're gonna go fuck shit up, and not just fuck bitches and cut it back.
Right. I wonder if look, if demons are real. All right, man. Fuck, man. Like, just open the curtains. If demons are real, what role do we play? What role do we play? Is it gonna be where humanity comes together and do we meet with the aliens and is it war, or does humanity talk to the aliens and like, oh okay, wow, why'd you guys hide for so long? Like, why did you guys say what's up?
You went from demons to aliens. What are we talking about right now? Aliens. We're talking about aliens or demons? Because you went from demons and I don't say you jumped to aliens right now.
Well, because your main question was aliens.
Yeah, okay.
I only brought up demons because a part of me is like, man, it's
because of what your coworker said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I needed to be sure because I was like, it sounds like you're fucking going back to demons. Well, we were talking about aliens to begin with.
No, yeah, to begin with aliens. So
we're still on the topic of aliens.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I only brought up demons because of aliens.
Yeah, okay.
So if aliens are real, it makes me just kind of be like, all right, man, I kind of lost my patience. What role do we play in? What role do we play? Are we their slave civilization? Do they just come here, abduct people, and take them off to be slaves in another planet? And then the people that get brought back and say they were abducted are just the rejects? Like,
who knows, bro? Because I'm telling you, I've read a lot of, like I said, me personally, I'm not a skeptic, but at the same time, I'm not a believer. I've never seen an alien. I've never met anyone that's been abducted by aliens, nor have I ever met anyone that's had an experience with an alien. I've seen some crazy shit that I could say were like that look like UFOs, that were like holy shit, but at the same time it's like it could have been anything. I can't say for certain it was a UFO because I didn't get to fucking fly up like Superman and go out there with my super cape and my super boots to go look at what the fuck that was. You know, I didn't get to see that shit, so I can't tell. I can tell you for sure it was a UFO. It looked weird. It moved weird, yeah. So with aliens, it's like, I believe in it, but I don't. You know? Where it's like, I'm not gonna break my head to figure out if they do exist. But then again, I'm not gonna completely go ahead and discredit the fact that they could possibly exist. Because think about it. It's already been proven that there's an infinite number of galaxies, right? And there's already been proof that there's a bunch of habitable planets out there.
Right.
How are we going to go ahead and shake off the possibility if there's at least one planet out there that's hospitable, that could contain life, that's just like Earth? Why are we going to go ahead and be like, there's no life there? For all we know, that planet that's Earth-like probably just started. For all we know, they're still in the Cretaceous period. They got their own version of dinosaurs. They got their own version of microorganisms, for all we know.
Right.
So, obviously, let's say we made the effort of contacting those planets and never received anything back. I don't think that clearly justifies us to say, oh, there's no life there. Because who knows, maybe we're too far ahead of those fools to be able to make contact or for them to return the message, period. Or they're so far ahead of us where they're like, fuck you guys are way behind. We're not even gonna bother you.
They just turned the frequency on their fucking planet amp, like little amp, and they're just invisible to our shit.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even pop up in our radar because they don't want to, because they're just like, dude, you guys are fucking dumb.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's like part of me would love to see the confirmation of aliens.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. Because recently now there's confirmation of UFOs by the government, you know, by military, where they've been able to say, no, these motherfuckers, we couldn't explain them for shit. So these are for sure certified by the government UFOs. I don't mind it.
Alright, go.
But yeah, I mean, we already got confirmation from the military, so I think the next best thing is finding out if the motherfuckers are real, you know, because I think it's impossible for us to just discredit that and just say they don't exist. You know? How the fuck are they not going to exist? Are you really going to say we're the only intelligent life out there in the fucking cosmos? You really going to say that? Do you agree with that?
Cosmos being like everything there is?
Everything there is out there. There's already been proven.
Everything there is and everything there could ever be?
Yeah.
No, I don't think we're going.
Right? I don't think so. You know? And it's just like before. I remember.
What if space is an illusion?
Who knows?
Or there's no
just like how they say, you know, the whole people are so solid to discredit aliens, but yet they're super convinced that we're living under the Truman Show, or we're living in a simulation. You know, which either one of those could be a possibility. I don't think it's an implausible thing. I feel like maybe, who knows, bro. We've barely been able to discover what we know now in the universe from hundreds of years of studying the Earth itself. We still have a long way to go. You know, not even 100% of the goddamn ocean's been fucking explored. So we don't know what the fuck could be in there. For all we know, there's a fucking wormhole at the bottom of the Mariana Trench right there that fucking takes you to another timeline. Who knows? But it's something that's always intrigued me. It's something that always trips me out. The possibility of, you know, intelligent or it doesn't have to be intelligent, just alien life. You know, it's something that could be possible.
It intrigues you more than it intrigues me.
I could see that, yeah. Yeah, because although it's not something I'm on the nuts for, like, I'm not out there, like, exploring and trying to find life out there. Me, it's more like any new information that comes upon me, I'll look into it and I'll read it. But after that, I'm not out there going like, okay, I want to go look at more, or I want to go search for more. But if it falls on my lap, I'm going to read the shit out of it, or I'm going to study the shit out of it until I'm tired of it, and then I find something else eventually, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Space is never like fucking. The only thing space I could say thank you to is I forgot where I was. I think in Victorville one time, and I saw a clear fucking night sky, and I was like, wow, I can see why people love this.
Yeah,
it was the most clear night sky I've ever seen. I was just like, wow, and I was drunk.
And I was drunk.
And I was just like, wow, what a beautiful thing. Damn, this is amazing. Like, I get it why people drives people crazy. But yeah, I don't like it that much. Like, space doesn't intrigue me. Like, you know how Elon Musk wants to like go to Mars, colonize Mars, live in Mars, die on Mars?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm Earth. I want economics Elon Musk. Imagine somebody that listens to us, our little bullshit right now, is the economics Elon Musk. The guy that just figures out the perfect system that wages a war on poverty.
Mm-hmm.
That wages a war on human suffering. Like you know, people feeling like they're being replaced by AI, automation, or left behind by you know all the industrial revolutions and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Economics, Elon Musk. I'm not saying that's what I want to become. I don't think I have it in me. Like, it takes a lot of like computing and statistics knowledge or whatever. But that's what I mean by I love my country so much, and I want us to head towards more innovation, more entrepreneurship. Imagine that guy that comes along and is the Elon Musk of just economics, that reveals to you something that was under your very nose. Like, why don't we try this system? And that turns out to be something that satisfies socialists, capitalists, to where all the socialists, all the capitalists are just dancing in the street, hugging each other, just like, oh
making
my god,
out.
oh my god, I can't believe we used to hate each other. Like, you know, this is the best economic system. It's fail-proof. Look at all these nerds. They look at it and they're trying to find all the holes in it, and they can't, because this guy came born in like Nebraska or something, came up with the system.
Now that you mention it, what if that boy from Nebraska came up with that system with the help of aliens?
I'd take it.
Think about it. You never question how advanced technology has gotten. You never question it at all.
Yeah.
Where I want to know, where was it that people said, you know what? Fuck CD players. We're making MP3s.
Yeah. Curiosity.
Fuck buttons. We're doing touchscreens.
Innovation, curiosity, just people just being. There's people that can sit back and.
But you never thought maybe like, because obviously this is already going far off the fucking rails with this theory. I know it's innovation or whatever. I know it's that. I know for a fact it's that. But it's just me just going off the fucking rails with this one. Don't you think there's a slight possibility that fucking green man or a lizard person flew down into the fucking through the atmosphere into Earth to in the middle of buttfuck Nebraska and talked to little whatever the fuck his name wants to be,
Mikey.
Well, yeah, whatever, Mikey, and said, "Hey, bro, when you're in your 30s, you're gonna develop touchscreen. This is what you need to make it." And also, you can take the credit if you want.
Also,
we're already using this shit. Yeah. Oh, but is this something that you guys use? No, fucking, we don't use fucking touchscreen anymore, bro. We're already controlling this shit with our mind.
That's fucking, that's Neanderthal shit.
Yeah. It's just like, we're already done with that shit. You never thought about that?
I have, yeah. Just based off, I remember when I got internet in the house, I used to like look up shit. I used to look up the Richard Ramirez stuff on YouTube.
What the fuck does that have to do with aliens?
And aliens. And one of the things I on YouTube, I would look up aliens, and I heard about the whole Roswell crash. And how supposedly, I guess like some fucking alien was like DUI or whatever. He crashed, and they recovered like the crash site.
He was on space shrooms.
And they fucking based our technological advances from the fucking technology that they studied aboard that aircraft.
Yeah.
So the advances came from that.
Well, you ever heard of Balthazar?
I've heard of him, yeah.
So you know his story?
No, but I've heard of him.
Okay, so basically this guy made the claim, or makes the claim still, that he used to work at
Area 51?
Area 51, but it was, I forgot, S4, there you go. He worked at a base called S4. It's either next to Area 51 or the same bullshit as Area 51. But basically according to him, he worked on UFOs. And that he worked on the propulsion systems. And he's been sticking to this story for decades already, bro. I'm talking about decades. Where this was been certain, dude, that he's worked there. Because even then, like, they asked him, oh, where'd you go to school at? Oh, I went to school here, and I worked here first. And then, this motherfucker knows his shit to the extent that this will put rockets on cars. On a car, fool. Like, there's a video of him testing out a rocket on a car. And even putting rockets on bikes. Like, so you know he knows his shit.
Yeah.
So, I would understand if he was making the claim and they asked him, oh, so...
Can
you back it up? Or do you have any type of insight on propulsion systems, period? And he goes, oh, well, I only know how to basically make the workings of a helicopter. There's no propulsion system, bitch. You know? So you're telling me you can't work with any type of jet fuel or fucking jet engine or anything? No. Fuck out of here. This guy, on the other hand, has back and work. Dude, this was fucking created jet engines. That fucking smash. They're basically rockets. So that's where it's just like, we can't totally discredit this guy. But aside from that, this guy's always he's always stuck to the same story. That according to him, there was 3 UFOs on that base that where he was at. But he only had access to one, and he only had access to the propulsion system of it. Like, he wasn't allowed to study anything other than just the propulsion system. They had to be able to... His job and his partner's job was basically to try to recreate that propulsion system. Which, according to him, he thought that it was impossible. He goes, we couldn't do it because they only gave us the information of the propulsion system. They never gave us access to the rest of the ship. Or they didn't give us access to compare notes with the other scientists that were working on the other parts of the ship. You know, like probably the hull or the cockpit or whatever the fuck they were working on. So what he said, he goes, we were never able to replicate that at the time because we were never able to study something else. Because it could have been that, hey, well, this propulsion system works because it interacts with this side of the ship. Well, we couldn't get to that side of the ship. Some other team was working on that shit, and we couldn't compare notes. So then this one basically goes ahead and says that that it worked off of a gravitational propulsion system. So it defied gravity. It wasn't it wasn't like a rocket or jet. It basically gave off like its own gravity, its own gravitational pull, where it would just basically bounce gravity off of itself so it could float. And that it worked off of an element called element 113, I think, or something to that effect. 113 or 115. But basically, it's an element that they knew existed, but they weren't able to recreate at the moment. And then he's the one that always said that gravity was a wave, which everybody said, oh no, fuck no, that's bullshit. And then come to find out, that element, I don't know if you've heard of it, Moscovium. Well, that's element 113. It turns out that they were able to actually create that same goddamn element in Russia. But it's only been able to be stable for like less than a second but it was creatable. So that's when they were like, fuck, I guess this wasn't bullshitting. I guess the element does exist.
Oh, shit.
And then they made the discovery that gravity is actually a wave. So they're like, now, so far, the shit he's been saying has been proven to be true. Although, it wasn't been able to have been true on this. Well, it wasn't able to be proven on the spot. It wasn't proven until years later. But still, nonetheless, it was proven. So then that's how could you completely discredit the guy when so far the statements that he's made have been true or have been proven true. Like another thing this fool mentioned was that he said that there was some scanner that you would put your hand in and that there was rods going in between them. But that fucking scanner wouldn't scan your fingerprints. Instead, it scanned your bones. Because he said that something about humans, it's unique. Each human is unique, something in their bones. So people wouldn't believe him. Then the dude that made the documentary on him recently showed him the picture of that fucking machine. It turned out that machine was actually real. And that I guess some European country used that same security system in their bases. So he goes, yeah, that's the machine. He goes, people didn't believe that thing existed. He goes, when I tried to explain it to them, people didn't believe me. He goes, that's the fucking machine. So you're like, fuck, there's another thing where you're right. But he's always made the claim that UFOs exist, but according to him, he said he's never seen an actual alien though. He said that he heard about him. He goes, yeah, like when we're in the base, like people would talk about him. He goes, but in the base they didn't call them aliens, they called them the kids. That they referred to aliens as kids. He'd be like, oh, the kids or whatever. He goes, but I never saw one. He goes, I think I saw one. He goes, but mind you, it was at the corner of my eye. That he saw some scientists basically talking to one in a room. And then he goes, it was short. He goes, but like I said, it was only out of the corner of my eye. He goes, I didn't get to get a good look at it. He goes, I think I saw an alien. He goes, but I can't tell you for certain that. That's the only one thing he says that he's not for certain, that if he saw an actual alien or not. He said he thinks he saw one. Because he saw the statue. The statue was short. But then again, he said it was just standing in the room with the scientists, just like they were talking or whatever. So that's the only thing he's always said that he's not sure of, if he actually saw an actual alien or not. But so far, the other shit he's come out with has been like either proven true later or known to be true. Where you're like, holy shit, he's not entirely lying. And it even got to the extent where they've been trying to discredit him to the point where they even tried saying that he didn't go to the schools he went to. I shit you not. Like they were trying to fucking, like some investigative reporter, I forgot his name, George. Fuck, I know his first name is George. But basically, this fool went, obviously as a reporter, as a journalist, trying to see if this fool was bullshitting. So that he went to that school that he said he went to, and that dude, they had no record of it ever going to that school. And that people they were trying to say like, oh no, I don't know, we never met this fool at all. So this fool actually went deeper into it, and he ended up finding records of him actually attending that fucking school. I think it was MIT. And they're like, fuck, he wasn't lying. He goes, people are actually trying to discredit him to the point where they're even trying to say he didn't go to a certain school or worked at a certain job.
Yeah. That's a mindfuck, bro. They're trying
right.
to erase his, like his existence.
So it's just like, doesn't that make you at least fishy in the slightest? Where you're like, bro, if he was an asshat and was making this shit up, I don't think anybody would go that far as to try to basically erase his identity. Do you?
No. They say you must be doing something right if you got haters. So, no.
And that's always been tripping me out. Where I was just like, fuck. What if this motherfucker is actually telling the truth, and there's actually UFOs under the government's watchful eye, and what if there are actually fucking aliens that exist?
That's a mindfuck if aliens are real.
Yeah.
But again, it just brings me to this question: like, where do we fall in the equation? Are we just their like slave fucking species? Will there be like a meeting of them, like where we go, oh man, you guys are aliens, we're humans, like, you know, you guys want to fucking
let's link up.
Yeah, it's barter. Like, give some of that fucking your alien trait, like crafts and.
Who knows? Who knows? I honestly can't tell you for sure because I don't even know myself. Because I remember I read this years ago. Dude, I was probably like middle school or high school. But basically, what they were trying to say is that supposedly humans are derived from basically a different kinds of alien species that ended up merging it together and made us humans. And then I've also read that supposedly they dropped us off on Earth or whatever, or I think we were created on Earth, but that supposedly our species is the only one capable of creating music. So that supposedly other alien life hate us for that, because so far we're the only species that's ever been able to create actual music, enjoyable music, and I guess other species aren't. I forgot where I read this shit, but this was years ago, dude. I'm telling you, I was like in middle school, high school. And when I read this shit, even I was like, get the fuck out of here. It sounded so much like Scientology, but I was like, what if it's true? What if we are derived from who knows how many fucking different races and we just got dropped off and said, fuck you guys, we're out.
Yeah.
Like, what if Adam and Eve came from that? Where the aliens said, you know what, we're going to leave you two here, fucking have fun. You guys figure it out.
I don't know, man. Ultimately, I just hope it's like a piece, if aliens are real, and if we do encounter them, like one day, mass,
Mm-hmm.
like us as a collective and them as a collective, I hope it's a peaceful thing.
No, yeah, hell yeah.
I don't want to know that.
I wouldn't want no fucking War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Fuck that. They'll fuck us up. They'll kick our asses. Depending how fucking how advanced they are technologically. But then again, if you're actually able to travel to another fucking planet, you must be pretty fucking advanced.
Yeah.
So who fucking knows?
Who fucking knows there?
It's a trip though.
Yeah.
It's something that, intrigues me quite a lot. And I'm hoping before I die, at least I get to know if they're fucking for real or not. But we'll see.
You really want to know?
I really want to know. Like, I want to know if they're for real or not. Because, like I said, I've never experienced anything like that to like, personally. Like, although I'm pretty sure you've heard of all kinds of countless stories out there of alien abductions and shit like that. Where it's like, some of them sound too far-fetched to even believe. Where you're like, what? Like, there's this famous case. It was an old couple. I don't know how long ago this was. But I'm just guesstimating out here. I would say it was fucking the 1940s, 1950s. I'm guesstimating. It might be earlier or later. But it was a couple that supposedly they got taken from their truck. When they were on their way home, they got taken from their truck. Supposedly abducted from there. And that they didn't show up till, like, supposedly, I think, either a few days later or a week later. They ended up getting dropped back off by the aliens. Or whatever.
In their truck?
No. They got pulled out of their truck through some fucking light or whatever, got them out and mysteriously teleported them out of their truck and into the spaceship. Where they did their experiments or whatever on them. I don't know, I'm not sure if they did experiments. I forget their fucking name. But anyways, that was one of the very first famous UFO abduction stories. There's this dude, his name is Stan, I forget his last name. I'm sorry, I'm busting at you right now. But first name is Stan, and this who's always talked about him being abducted by aliens on the constant. This was talking about that he gets constantly abducted and visited by aliens. That's his story, according to him. But one story that he said that I found super stupid and far-fetched, where I was like, okay, I feel like he either made this one up or this made me feel like, bro, your whole story is full of shit. Your whole entire abduction shit. Because this was said supposedly he got abducted once and woke up in the middle of his kitchen with the dress of that lady that was abducted in the 1940s with her husband. Exactly. Yeah, the same face you're looking at, you're giving me, that same face I was like, what? So I feel like because of all these far-fetched stories, a lot of abduction stories aren't taken seriously.
Well, I mean, if you were an alien, wouldn't you want to put somebody in a situation where if they told people about what you did to that person, it would look like bullshit?
But then again, if you're an alien where you know they're not gonna fucking find you anytime soon, would you give a shit?
But why not take it a step further and, like, completely, like, derail them from, your trail?
I mean, possibly. I could see your argument. But at the same time, if you know that you don't even got a trail to begin with, where are they gonna start off from, bro?
You don't think aliens might slip up?
In what way?
In the way that we speculate about them this much. We have an obsession for them. We have a culture of aliens.
Yeah.
Don't you think, like, bro, it's fucking, they see it as, like, the block is hot, bro. It's hot right now, bro, on Earth. They're onto us. Like, they fucking... You don't think aliens, hypothetically, talk amongst themselves as like, hey, are you fucking idiots? They've been seeing us way too fucking much, bro. They're making movies about us on the constant. They got all these depictions of us. Who the fuck is getting caught?
We're coming out on the podcast.
Which one of you guys, like, get your shit together, guys?
Fucking damn.
Yeah, like, come on, guys. This is not fucking a joke. They're making movies. They got culture. They got a fucking base where they keep some of us. Come on, man. Get your shit together. So
I'm not entirely knocking that off.
So me and you are aliens and we abduct somebody. Don't you want to, like, you know, blindfold them, spin them around, and throw them way out there? And
who knows? Honestly, I can't give you a definitive answer because, like, the dumbass in me wants to say no because I'm a fucking alien. Where are they gonna find me? How am I gonna get caught? If once the motherfucker hits the ground or once the motherfucker exits, I'm turning off my gravity beam, letting the fucker fall. If he goes kasplat, then he goes kasplat. And if he survives, survives. But as soon as I turn off that gravitational beam, I'm dipping, and they're not gonna see me.
You remember there was a transition period where people used to record UFOs all the time. It was common. Like, oh,
yeah.
Smartphones came along, and it went out the window. Don't you think maybe like a fucking a squad of aliens picked some guy up, and he was on the verge of fucking maybe live, like Instagram live it or whatever, or recorded on a smartphone. They snatched it from him and they go,
fuck.
They got smartphones now. They got fucking smartphones now. We gotta be way more careful. They got smartphones now. They got this thing called Instagram Live. We don't want to show up on that. They can go live on Facebook, something called Facebook. We don't want to end up on this. And they call them a mass alien meeting. Hey guys, you can't be fucking getting caught like this.
Fucking Dale got caught again.
Yeah. Look, they're gonna make another fucking movie on
Look,
Dale
he's on
got
Snapchat.
Caught. He's on fucking Snapchat. Guys, fuck. Oh my god, they're making more movies about us. You know, the block is hot on Earth. So that's what I mean.
See, I see that, but still, it's like if they did record a UFO, how the fuck are they gonna follow it? How the fuck are you gonna track a UFO to begin with?
It's not so much as tracking it. It's not so much as
I'm going off of when you said the block is hot.
I don't think they fear getting caught.
Yes, I'm saying
they will not get caught.
They won't. So what the fuck do you care about if you cover your tracks or not? If you know you're not gonna get caught, you know by the time the call goes in, you're out. Once the call goes in, hey, I see something in the sky that just dropped off my husband. I need somebody out here. By the time the call goes out, before they even receive the call from dispatch to go look at it and go send the chopper out there, the fucker's gone already. By the time the food boned out, and by the time the chopper actually gets to wherever the fuck you called for them to go, that shit's already been gone for the past 30 minutes.
Based on how we think, you don't think that maybe the aliens speculate that our government has some kind of technology that will net them as they try to escape or evade?
I don't think so. I feel like if they've like watched over us,
maybe they've been caught before.
Maybe, but I feel like if they've watched over us for so long, they would be able to notice like a very distinct technological advance that we've made, where they could say, "Okay, we got to be careful with that one," you know?
Yeah, but there's grunts.
I agree.
Those are the fucking 5-star generators.
But when's the last time have you heard of a fucking UFO crash aside from Roswell? When's the last time you heard of, oh, bro?
Because maybe our government discovered, hey, these fucking Yappy Bird citizens built a whole culture about one. We caught one.
Yeah.
Would we really want to fucking make it a big deal for the next 30 that we caught? Who knows? Maybe they've caught many more.
Probably. Or who knows? What if the aliens themselves just gave them the leftover crafts yet? Hey, either surplus plus crafts, they just give them to the humans. Yeah. And then you get a grunt.
Hey, this one didn't pass the smog check. You
get the grunt. This all right, Dale. You've been fucking this up too much. You're gonna go drop this one off. If you get caught, you're fucked. We're not picking you up.
And they shot it down.
No, let's say he actually dropped it off. He dropped it off and he fucking dipped. And said, all right, we're letting this one have it. Humans see it and they're like, oh my god, it's the most incredible fucking spaceship we've seen in our life. But it turns out it's a fucking 87 Honda to the aliens. To us, it's a fucking Tesla, but to aliens, it's like an 87 Honda. Like, Fuck that bucket. Our shit already fucking turns invisible up in this bitch. You see that as a possibility as well?
Yeah, possibility. Yeah, I'm open to this.
As I'm saying, that's where I say, like, I'm pretty sure aliens might not even want to cover their tracks, or might not. Not that they might want to cover their tracks, more like they probably don't give a fuck because they know they're not gonna get caught, or they feel like they won't get caught. That's the way I see it.
I think they get a cut out of all the fucking movies and shit like that.
You guys Steven Spielberg going like, all right, I'm gonna base this character off of one of your ugly cousins. All right, we're gonna put that fool in a basket, wrap him in a blanket. All right.
Yep.
We're gonna call that fool E.T. Fuck it. We're gonna make him give some regenerative abilities.
Yeah, I think they came down and said, wait. He doesn't make any movies about us and books. Fucking probably music.
Where's our side of the cut?
Where's our side?
Come on over here.
We're the monkeys, right? We're the circus for you guys.
We're the
fucking. How about you guys pay us?
Maybe.
And then humans had to cut a deal. I'm like, oh, true.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Who fucking knows?
We'll figure it out. Although, like I said before, I feel like it's something I want to see before I die, at least. But I think it's a good note we ended there, right?
Yeah.
I think it's great. If you liked it or hated it, fucking like, comment, share, subscribe to the fucking channel. Like we said it before, if you got some shit to talk, go ahead and do it. We encourage it. We love it. We like it. And hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Hopefully we got a lot of more interesting things to talk about, and I think this was a great one.
Talk your shit in the comments. Let us know. You know, we're doing this shit to fucking to think.
Yeah, we encourage that.
In cool directions and shit, and learn.
And again, no thank you to Jack Daniels.
Thank you to Jack Daniels. Best whiskey on this side of heaven.
Fuck you.
Shout out to Jesse Lee Peterson.
Fuck you. But we out.
We out.
Peace.